I bought the cheapest Jackery from Harbor Freight. Now let me show you guys if it was worth it. This is a Jackery 290. You can only get this from Harbor Freight, and it is the cheapest one they offer. Now you're probably wondering, why did I buy this? Because I did just buy that Blue Eddy EB3A. Well, I bought this because that didn't work. This actually powers my diesel heater. Now, we just did a cool camping trip video that used this and the new diesel heaters. If you want to check that out, here's some clips of that right here. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down now, but I want to show you where it's at. So it's been about 2 hours, I say, and we've had it on high because we've been using it to dry off the tent there. So come over here to the Jackery system. It's been running. It's at 38%, and on high it pulls about, looks like between 25 and 30 watts of power on high. You can check out that full video right here, but this thing worked great and I was impressed every step of the way with this Jackery. I didn't want to buy it because everybody has Jackery and I thought you were paying for the name, but turns out sometimes when you pay for the name it works, and that's kind of what you need. I did a few different tests on this to make sure it would work well. So on that diesel heater video, it actually ran it all night long for 12 hours and had 55% battery left. Way more than I thought it was gonna have left. Then I did a test to see how this would do powering my laptop, running my favorite game, Skyrim. Now I did the same test on the Blue Eddy and it only lasts 4 hours. I'm gonna give you some clips of that test right here and I'm very impressed with this. Welcome to my super scientific test here. So I have the Jackery 290 and my mild gaming laptop right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run Skyrim on this laptop for as long as it can run off the Jackery. So I'm hoping it runs for a pretty long time, but we'll see how it does. And as soon as I start this, I'm gonna go ahead and start a stopwatch and check it every few hours and see where we're at, and I'll keep you guys updated. So let's go ahead and start up the Jackery AC power. Alrighty, so I went ahead and started the stopwatch. We were pulling almost 70 watts of power here. Let's go ahead and see how long we can run Skyrim on this laptop. I'll see you guys in a few hours. Guys, we just hit 3 hours and 47 minutes and we're sitting at 50%. So already this is doubled the capacity, it seems, as the Blue Eddy EB3A. As my Blue Eddy EB3A only lasted 4 hours and then it died. I do have a few things I want to talk about. I tested some stuff, but I'll talk to you guys after this whole test is done about what I discovered. We just hit the 7-hour mark, guys, with 1% left. It is still going. Everything is well here. This is very impressive. As you can see from that test, this Jackery 290 ran that laptop for about 7 hours, just over that 7-hour mark. I was more than impressed with that because this is a 290 watt-hour battery, and then the Blue Eddy is a 268 watt-hour battery. So for the Blue Eddy to only last 4 hours and the Jackery to last 7, that was extremely impressive. Now I did notice a small weird issue. So on the Jackery, my laptop was drawing between 35 and 45 watts of power running this test, which is significantly less than what the Blue Eddy was claiming it ran. So I double checked this to make sure I didn't have any settings messed up on the laptop or anything like that. And lo and behold, nothing was messed up. So I don't know why it's saying that it's pulling almost double, like 72 watts from the Blue Eddy, and that's why it's dying so quick. So Blue Eddy, again, has some issues with that. I really regret buying that. But back to the Jackery, I don't regret buying this. Now it is missing some features that the Blue Eddy has, which sucks, but for this being a budget option that you can get at Harbor Freight, and it just works right out of the box and I have no issues with it, gotta get my recommendation on a good product if you need a battery bank when you're out camping. I'm not an electrical engineer or anything like that, but I'm a tech guy and I like specs, and that's kind of my thing. So if you're into specs, this does have one AC outlet that's 200 watts, 2 USB-B ports, so no USB-C on this, so that kind of sucks. And it inputs at 60 watts, which is pretty slow charging, and it sucks. So going into the charging here, I did a charging test on this because, I don't know, I figured that's what people would like to see as an everyday kind of guy. That's what I would care about when I'm looking at this. So charging times is lacking. Now you can check out that charging test right here up post some clips from that here.
So we have 1% on the Jackery. I'm gonna go ahead and get this plugged in and start that stopwatch again and see how long it takes to get that Jackery up to 100% here. So let's go ahead and start this test. Now if you see here, it does only input 57 watts of power compared to, you know, like my Blue Eddy, for example. It takes in, I think, a peak of 400. I do believe it turbos up to 400 on the Blue Eddy. So we'll see how long this takes. I have a feeling it's going to take a good bit. 5 hours and 30 minutes later, and we are at 99%. This display is super hard to get on camera, and it's just finishing up now. That's why it's inputting 11 watts. So that takes quite a long time to power up to 100%, huh?
As you can see from that test, it took almost 6 hours to charge this from 1% to 100. So that sucks. I wish it was a little bit faster, but I guess, you know, at the end of the day, this is a budget unit and they had to cut corners somewhere. If that's where they got to cut corners, I guess, you know, that's what you got to do. Now into the specs a little bit more. This doesn't have the top of the line battery in it, and it's not as top rated supposedly as the Blue Eddy. But I'll tell you what, I compared the Blue Eddy spec to spec to other units, and that's why I picked that one. And every time I use it, I'm disappointed. So sometimes if you just look at the spec sheet on stuff, it doesn't add up and you get a worse product. At the end of the day, this Jackery does get my recommendation. If you're on the fence about getting one of these because it is cheaper and it's Harbor Freight, and you know how Harbor Freight stuff is, I'm more than impressed with this. You can watch my camping video to see how impressed I was. I'm fine with what I paid for this. It was $290, which comes out to be about $1 a watt hour, which is acceptable for this kind of stuff. But yeah, if you're looking for a little power bank to get out there and power your camping trips, and if you're not looking to power nothing crazy, I stand by this product. And I bought this myself, just to let you guys know, you know, I don't have any affiliation with Jackery. If this video helped you pick out a Jackery or give you some more information about these power systems, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me, helps the channel out. I appreciate it. And I'm getting very cold, so I'm gonna head out. Check this video out right here, it's pretty good. And I'll see you guys in the next one.